Hello and welcome back. So today we will check how to return an object with functions. So this is another common pattern to return an object with functions as values. So let's see the example. We have a function none that has a value as an argument, and this function returns an object. This object has two properties. First one is add, and second one is multiply. And this property add also returns a function, and property multiply also returns another function. So let's see if we put our function in the console, and then we create the first number. So we create a number 100. Now we have a number 100, and if we now call a number with object add, with property add, we have a number n, and we will call number n's property add. And what will this do? This will run the function x, which will add plus x to the value. So we have to, our x is 5, so we expect that it will return 105. Now our value is 105. So if we run it again, we will get 110. And if we now run our object n with property multiply, we will get 110 times 5, which is 550. So this is how it works when we want to return an object with functions. So we can check another example that is gonna be more familiar for us, because we will use the code combat terminology. So we have a function summon friend, not summon hero, or it can be even summon hero. So we will create a new hero, we will give it a name and a current position. And once we do that, it will return a new object that has properties say, which is a function, move, that is also a function, name, that returns a name, and position, that returns a current position of our new hero. So let's copy this function into our console, okay? And now we will create our first hero. So we will summon the hero, we will give it a name Anna, and we will give it a current position, which is x0 and y0. Okay, so we have our first object called Anna, and it was created through the function summon hero. And now we got all these properties. So we can call them, and we can start maybe with Anna position, and it will give us our position 0, 0, the way we defined it. Now we will say Anna move. This will start the function move. It will take position as an argument, and it will log moving to this position, and it will also save the new position. So let's see, we will give it a new position, let's say we want Anna to move on these coordinates. So it ran the function and it said moving to these positions, and it also stored the new position. We can check it, so we can see what is the current Anna's position, and it's true, it's 40 and 60. So we can also run the property say, which will alert a sentence that we will put it. So we can say hello, or we can say hallo, or whatever. So hello everyone. And this is not gonna be just locked, but it's gonna trigger an alert, which is this thing. This is an alert, so whenever we say in JavaScript alert, this means that it brings in this pop-up with the text that we defined. Okay, so this is how we can use the functionality of functions, which is returning an object with functions. So we can save time, make code more readable and reusable. Okay, so I suggest you to go and write down everything that we said about functions and copy it or write it for yourself in your gist and save it in the JavaScript gist. And I would also suggest you to create a new gist just for this returning an object with functions example and save it. So if you have problems, you can always go on my gists, so gist.github.com/esova-anna, where you can find all my gists. So this is the last one, returning an object with functions. That was from the last lesson. And here you also have the JavaScript cheat sheet. So go ahead, create and save your gist sheet, your cheat sheet, and because it's already created, you just save it here. But the new one, the ones that we created, the last, you have to save it here and drag it to your gists so that you can find it the next time. So let's do that. Again, the same problem. So let's see. It's here, returning an object with functions. Okay, so next time we will say a bit more about modulo that we already used, and then we can move to some other things, and slowly we are then equipped with all the knowledge necessary to start building our app. So see you in the next lesson.